Hello everyone! So for today's card, I'm using the new Paper Smooches Hello Words die that I showed in my last little haul and said I would for sure use it, and I am. So I paired it with a piece of just smooth white cardstock, and I centered the die in the middle of the cardstock and ran it through my Big Shot. And I'm just using my magnetic plate there so it kind of holds the die in place. And then once I pull that off of the cutting plate, I want to save all of the little pieces because I'm going to do an inlay die cut, which is super popular right now. And I don't think I've ever actually done this. So die cut it on white, and then I die cut it again from some black cardstock. And then I'm going to go on to decorating the piece of white cardstock. So I've saved all the little pieces because I'll come back to that later. And then I pulled out the Paper Smooches Reflection stamp set. This isn't the one I got in my last haul. This is an older set, but I haven't used it, so I thought I would pull it out because I love this leaf stamp in the set, and I thought I would also do some generation stamping. This is actually something I started doing way back when I first started stamping. I think it was one of the first things I was shown when I went to a Stampin' Up! Party, and I don't ever put much thought into things like this, but I've been getting a lot of questions about it lately, and I always kind of forget that, you know, a lot of people that see my videos and that kind of thing are new to the whole world of stamping and all the different things you can do. So yeah, maybe I can go back to basics a little bit and kind of show things like this. So basically all it is you ink up your stamp once, and then you stamp it multiple times without re-inking it. And on average, you can get at least 2 good impressions, sometimes 3, sometimes even more images from one time inking of your stamps. It basically depends on the inks, on the colors. I find brighter, more saturated colors like really deep pinks, reds, bright blues, that kind of thing. You can usually get several impressions from. And it's a great way to kind of extend your color range if you're just starting out and you don't have a whole lot of colors of ink pads, is by inking up a stamp once and stamping it multiple times, you get several shades of one color. So it makes for a really quick and easy card with minimal supplies, and it's kind of fun too. So you can kind of get everything to kind of coordinate with only using, like here I'm only using 4 different colors. So I'm using my Memento ink pads for this technique, and yeah, Stampin' Up! Ones work great, the MFT inks work great. Like, I've rarely had an issue with any dye ink not working with this. It's a whole different thing when you get into pigment inks, but most dye inks will do really good with generation stamping. So I just ink it up once and then stamp it with this card pretty much twice as how many times I stamped it. Sometimes you can do it 3 times, but like I said, it just depends on the saturation of the ink and the look you're going for. And then also, like, stamping off the edge is another nice thing to do because it just gives it a different look and everything isn't so constrained and perfect. So once I was happy with all the images I had stamped, I just rounded all the corners with my corner chomper. I used the small side this time. And then I grabbed that little piece of black cardstock that I die cut with the hello word. And then I grabbed my black Wink of Stella, which is, it's got like a black ink with kind of a goldy shimmer to it. So I just used it right over my scratch paper again, and then just brushed on all of the shimmer, and then I waited a couple seconds to let it dry and did a second coat so it's extra shimmery. But especially when working with the black, it works best to like work over scratch paper and do that before adhering it to your card. So I'm going to mat this on a piece of hot pink cardstock. This is MFT's Razzleberry cardstock that I had trimmed a little bit larger than the piece of white cardstock. And then applied my Tombow Mono Multi, making sure to put some adhesive right around the letters there so that everything lays really flat to the card. And then for the letters themselves, I'm just using my Quickie glue pen to adhere them down. I could have used my Tombow Mono Multi because these aren't that finely detailed, but I was just thought, why not use my little Quickie glue pen? So I quickly scribbled the adhesive on the back of it and then flipped it over and pressed it into place. So this is where you get the cool little inlay die cut effect. And I could have left it just like this, and I just about did because I kind of liked how the pink was peeking through, but I wanted to make it more look like it was, like I said, inlay. So I adhered all those little pieces left over from die cutting it in the first time Just putting the adhesive this time right onto the pink cardstock and then pressing the little centers in. And then for that teensy tiny little piece, I just used my little quick stick, and that I got from MFT a while ago. It's just got basically like a blue tack adhesive in it that's temporary, so it picks up all those little pieces. So once that was done, I'm going to go on to my card base, which is just some heavyweight white cardstock. Same as always, A2 size card, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and a little bit more Tombow Mono Multi. This is definitely my go-to adhesive. I use it for everything, and it doesn't take very much to make a permanent stick. Like once this dries, you're not pulling this card apart without ripping the cardstock. So got that all adhered, and then to finish off the inside, I just did the exact same thing. Same stamps, same inks, and just inked up the stamp once and stamped it a couple times here and there, and just leaving lots of white space so that there's room to write a message to the recipient. And then that finishes off the inside, and then finally I decided I wanted to add just a tiny bit more shimmer to this card, just to give it a little extra something, because you guys know me, I need the bling. So I just grabbed my diamond stickles and did really small, tiny little dots just randomly all over the card front. Really, really small, just something extra that when it catches the light you see the shimmer, but not total like glitter throw up overload. So really simple, really flat, so perfect for mailing. And I hope this helped you guys with any questions about generation stamping. And as always, there'll be a link below to my blog post with links to all the supplies used, and I'll see you guys next time.